the pyramids of Eric are rather big because they have been funded or are going to be funded with public money. Within the association we are also building pyramids. They are smaller because they are all internal in-kind type of work. And we are very proud of that. We work on platforms and we work on centers of innovation excellence, and if they reach a degree of recognition, they get a label. So the first presentation is about CESAR, which got the first label on platforms, and Eric Armengaud will tell us what. I use this or the microphone?
I think I will try this one.
Okay.
Thank you very much. So, thank you very much for the nice introduction. Okay, so now it's coming the presentation. CESAR Reference Technology Platform and the way beyond. So the talk is divided in these three sections. The first one providing a little bit the context of CESAR, the Safety Critical Embedded Systems. The second one going more into details towards CESAR approach, CESAR RTP. And last part more for the conclusion to provide an outlook to scalability, cooperation RTP, and I hope as a good introduction for the next speech. Talking about introductions, I would like to really thank the very good presentation we have so far, so more especially from Mr. Schutz, so that, so if you allow, just to remind one sentence, so high reliability electronics is very expensive, but at the same time very necessary. And the second reference, I would like to thank Mr. Damkes for this slide that was so free to take over. So actually to explain the context of, to explain the trends in embedded systems. The functionalities, the complexities are growing very, very fast. The needs for reliability, the needs for functional safety or safety is growing very, very fast. And at the same time, there is a very high cost and time pressure to go to the market. And this is, so in this context, we strongly need possibility, capability, solutions to put very highly reliable electronics on the market, to support the entire development process, and provide means to support the development process, and provide these high reliable electronics embedded systems in a very cost and time efficient way. A key enabler for that is the reference technology platform. So what are the needs, what are the expectations about the reference technology platforms? So now, we have a lot of engineers working a lot of different disciplines with a lot of different tools according to very complex development process, and we have to put that everything together in order to have a very large team of very different expertises working efficiently together. We need to provide a framework, we need to provide tool chains which are reliable and qualifiable, which provide a very, which we can rely on. And so as you know, so each company, each department in the company has its own product, has its own development process, so it means we need also different kind of tool chains, I would say. So a framework, so we need at the end a framework enabling the tailoring and the deployment of integrated tool chains for different purposes. This is the context of the reference technology platforms. Okay. Having an outlook, so actually it's a feedback from the CESAR project. So this is a project that started in 2009 that was successfully completed as of the middle of last year, 2012. Very large project with 55 partners, 4 different domains. And this leads me to going into a little bit more technical details, I would say. CESAR, what was the context, what was the approach? So we have used a multi-domain approach, means trying to understand the needs, the requirement for safety-critical embedded system from different domains that we can see on the right side that provide input from the technology sub-projects with respect to requirement engineering, with respect to component-based design, so means systems engineering, global, and also with respect to RTP. And all these technology solutions that have been provided during the project have been then evaluated, fed back to the industry, and evaluated by the industry to understand these new technologies and evaluate how far this technology is suitable for the industry. So, CESAR objectives: cost reduction in a safety-critical embedded system context, providing innovation in tools and methods for requirement engineering, although for component-based development, how to understand the system, how to model the system, to describe the system. Although having a strong support towards safety, reliability, product and engineering. So here, from this system engineering approach, a lot of methods, a lot of tools, a lot of processes have been described, implemented, and all these methods, all these solutions have been then integrated towards this interoperability platform, RTP. Maybe, yes, so now having a little bit more details, so how it works, what is the magic pattern? So we have on the left part, embedded software development processes, safety standard, domain requirements, so means we have industry standards, we have some legal standards that require a specific kind of development processes, that have a strong requirement of the development process. On the right part, we have the different applications domains with some variability from a domain to the other. We have different kind of tools we are working to. We have different kind of data formats, so related to this tool. So it means we have a different kind of semantics, which kind of information we are dealing with, and how to manage this information. We have although meta models, we have data standards, just having some AutoSAR or some ISADL for the automotive domain. And this is a patience. So actually, with this, on one side, a very strong requirement of the development process. On the other side, this very large number of data format semantics that we have to deal with. How to put this all together for one specific application in order to have the integrated tool chain for the specific purpose. And this is exactly what we are speaking for. So from the RTP, so all the methods, all the tools, all the process, and the possibility, the capability to put all these assets together in order to deploy specific tool chains, so different instances of the reference technology platforms for a specific need. CESAR. So during the course of the CESAR project, we had 3 milestones, actually an iterative process with 3 milestones in order to have an increase of the maturity also during the project. You can see there that we have performed 3 versions of the RTP. The last version, the RTP V3, having a total of 12 integrated tool chains covering different aspects of system engineering for the different domains. So here you will have a closer look on the technical outcomes that you have provided. Every color is representing a tool chain. So I'm sure most of you that have been strongly involved in the project will recognize this tool chain. Just in order to illustrate actually the complexity towards the coverage of the V model, complexity with respect to the number and the difference of tools which have been integrated, which are required by the industry, and that have been integrated, and last but not least, the different approaches and the different technologies to build this integration, this interoperability. So we have to deploy different kind of services in order to exchange information we need to build a semantic understanding in order that the tools are able to understand the information that they come. We need to follow different kind of development processes. So, for example, to deal with the different safety standards. And this is actually the results that we have achieved in CESAR to illustrate this large number of requirements, this strong and very different needs into big RTPs, into different dedicated integrated tool chains. Major bracket, so key aspect from this RTP was the interoperability specification that we have provided in CESAR, and that have been handed over to further research projects such as EMBAT, such as Crystal now, that will so further work on these very important topics. So towards interoperability, actually, so we have identified 3 main blocks. The first one, basic interoperability services, means the means to exchange information, to control the platforms. Second level, the semantical concept, so means the means to understand the information that is exchanged. And the third level, the workflows, the applications, actually how to integrate the development processes. So in this context. And I'm really happy over here to make a link to the previous presentation. So regarding error rate, so that although I provided some kind, I would say, of interoperability information, how to exchange information in this automation domains. So until now we've mostly focused on technical topics. Technical topics is really important to show that we are really we have a very strong expertise on these topics, and that we have made a really important breakthrough. But the challenge is keeping our outcome for us for the special projects of the construction. Then it will be quite difficult to build on that, and this is exactly the topics of Artemis. Building projects, building clouds of projects, cluster of projects, building this community, and a key element of CESAR was how to exchange this information, how to sustain, to have a sustainability concept in order to enable the following projects to build on the results which are already available. This is actually this part. So we have performed this activity in different way. First one, toward expertise. So we are very proud to state to have a large number of publications in international conferences and journals. We have also an impact on the education with 8 universities that have updated their courses or provided new courses. We are also marketing community impact. I would focus more on the community impact with a large number of deliverables, which are some of them being available for the community with the concept of public restricted, so publicly available and publicly restricted. We have strongly supported the establishment of community for tool integration, cooperation, collaborative RTP, community for interoperability specification with this deliverable interoperability specification and over to other projects. And this is also established project cooperation. We will go a little bit later on. Not only providing the outcomes, providing the information, and also throwing it over the wall, but having a proactive exchange at this level. And although very good, very interesting information. So project building on CESAR results means taking over parts of the technologies. Here also high impact in terms of research project. CESAR sustainability is about the Artemis Technology Conference 2012 on interoperability, also by CESAR, but with a very strong support from MI, FSF there, and the contribution of 11 project initiatives from the European level. The CESAR process for exchange that we have already spoken about, in order to make the information available for the community to have a stronger cooperation within the community. Although from the publication point of view, CESAR project book, and I'm really happy to announce that this book is now available. Available so that Amazon still has since the beginning of the month. And we have also this company spin-off and cooperation RTP that I will go a bit more in detail. Okay, so this was actually the direct outcome of CESARs. So now, just to anticipate the next speak, I would like to go a little bit more in detail in the sustainability concept, so business plan from CESAR, and so I want to go further for the cooperation RTP. So here there was a proposal within the CESAR project. So for this CRTP interaction proposal means a structure so provided by ICOSI, supported by ICOSI, in order to define a roadmap for these CRTP topics. This is the upper part with the member organization, and the steering board also working together to build up CRTP roadmaps. This is also very important input for the RTP projects. So means setting up and aligning the different projects towards this technology, and all these projects providing outcomes and support toward the collaborative RTP and the RTP interoperability specifications. And this is my last slides, just providing information on which parts CESAR have provided a contribution to this European story. Okay, thank you very much.